Welcome to the Blue Tweezer channel. Myself, as usual, Alan from the channel, and we're doing a live stream solo playthrough of this new game from SnafuStore. The guys over in Catalonia in Spain, a lovely bunch of people. It's Operation Bøllebank, the relief of Tango 2 in Bosnia Herzegovina in the April 29th, 1994. So it's somewhere I haven't really touched much on wargaming, I'll be honest. I know there's a few games out there, particularly at the more strategic level, but this is a tactical solo game, and you may have seen a video of me when I was at Batalla Dorez 24 over in Zaragoza a week and a bit ago. Just having a go through this, and I gave you a little resume of it. So I got the game at that meeting, and I thought, well, let's get it on the channel and get a playthrough going. It doesn't take a huge amount of time to play, unless you're really going for a huge victory here. You can extend the game, but I think it's more likely that the game's going to beat us anyway. I haven't actually beaten the game yet. I played it a couple of times, and yeah, it's quite a tough one. So I'm expecting a Mr. President kind of effect on it. If you can let me know that you can see and hear me on the chat, that'd be great. Just let's check in, say hello to everybody. Oh, you've already told me. Great, thanks, Paul. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat there. Paul, good to see you. Thank you. And Christoph, Benito, welcome. And Simo again, excellent. Benita, you were in Zaragoza as well. Okay, didn't meet up, but I'm sure we passed each other at some point over the weekend. And yeah, it certainly looks interesting. Danielle, good to see you, and Nils. So quite a few new names to the channel. That's great. Always great to see. Soren as well. Hello. Anyway, I don't want to go through absolutely everything about the game before I get the playthrough, because it'll send everybody to sleep. But just a few of the bits and pieces, how it works, what we need to do, and that kind of thing. So we have the map here, of course, and then we have player aids here, here, and here. This is a very relevant one. That counter should be over in our little selection cup here, just noticed. And we'll be using this a lot. That gives us some victory conditions, and there are several different ways of winning. Well, several different grades of winning, shall we say. So there's an operational victory, an operation and tactical victory, or just a tactical victory. And then beyond that, you could get a strategic victory and a political victory. And I'll be honest, I'm struggling to get any kind of victory out of this game, usually probably because of my gameplay, but there you go. Also relevant here is this order matrix. So this is the player aid card with automates. We have the order chits here, which we will use, and this denotes what we can do within a turn. Now this is really a kind of push your luck, sort of rather complex kind of push your luck kind of system, where we pull chits to enable us to do orders, but those chits then actually work against us, and sort of awaken the Bosnian Serbs. So the operational area of the board here is, we have three major spots here. We have Sarachi down here, which are Norbat 2, the UN, Danish, Swedish, I think Norwegian as well involvement in here is our rescue party. And up the top here we have Tango 2, which is where we need to relieve, and we've got to run through this gauntlet road really that takes us there. Now, how do we win? So I'm not going to go through every single thing on how to do all the different victories. The basic victory, which is the tactical victory, I think, is, or is it the operational? I can't remember. Yeah, operational and tactical victory, which is what you kind of should be aiming for initially, is if we can get 2 of our tanks from here all the way up to there, up to Tango 2, intact and kind of still not destroyed. If we want more than that, we need to actually have reduced the Bosnian Serb offensive capability pretty much down to 0. And also, if we have any damaged tanks, that they are back in base as well. So that's a sort of long-term one. But at least if we can get 2 tanks to there, we can declare a victory of sorts. Okay, so each of these little square spots here are a space, effectively a movement space. The 3 here where we've got this big orange square or partial square here, these are artillery zones as far as the Bosnian Serbs go, where they could launch artillery strikes on us. The Serbs are abstract. They're actually located here. There's 3 positions here, right, centre and left, and they're on this mountain called Vis, or what the Norbat 2 guys called Sukkertoppen, which stands for Sugarloaf. So it's a Sugarloaf mountain because of its shape, and they will be trying to attack us as we try and relieve Tango 2, try and stop us. So also, which are spaces, are these little squares here. So anything with those squares is a space that we can move through. Now you'll note that some of them have little slashes on and some of them have X's. X's means these are spots where you can be fired upon. So the slash spaces are safe. So that this is really where the gauntlet is from there up to there, really. Now, what next? Okay, so what have we got here? We have 2 platoons of Danish tanks. So we have a platoon leader with an L and 1 and 2. There's 3 tanks in each platoon. This is the 2nd platoon, and then we have 3 other units. So we have the squadron commander, so that's commanding all the tanks. Then we have VL2, which represents us. We are the overall commander, which is in this PBV 302 armoured personnel carrier unit here. And then we have another one here, which is known as QL3, and this is the observation unit. Now these guys have some special abilities which we can earn and use to help us work, but generally what happens is if we issue an order, it goes from VL2 either directly to QL3 or to QL1 to the leader of a platoon down to an individual tank, although we can do platoon orders as well. But that's the way through. And if we lose radio communications, which can happen in the game, there are other ways getting round of getting orders to people. So what does a turn sequence look like? That's actually here. So we do an orders phase. So an orders phase means we take a couple of these chits, one by one, and we will place them on this order matrix, and they will be of basically of 4 kinds: greens, whites, blacks, and oranges. There is a blue one there, which is the civilian vehicle event chit, which just kind of gets in the way. We place the first chit on this row, second chit on that row, and then we we work out on the matrix what kind of order we can do. So there are moves, fires and moves. We get the big round dots, or we get the squares. The big round dot says we can order a platoon. The squares mean we can order that number of vehicles, which is basically 1 every time. There is a special one here called airstrike, and F/M is fire or move, your choice. We will then place an order. These are the orders here for each of the vehicles, which we place those if it's a move on destination. If it's a fire, what we do is we just flip the counter over, and after that it's available to fire. Once we move, if we move to a destination that there is an order already there, we take the order back off. We can change orders, of course, through the game. Once we determine what the order is, then we take those chits and we move them to the Bosnian Serb side of the board, which is up here. So we have 4 types of weapons pointing at us. We have T-55 tanks, which can fire on us, and they are in either cold or hot barrel state. Cold barrel means they don't fire, hot barrel means they do fire. And every turn we will roll a dice to see if they decide to start to fire. As we get more black chits here, we get more likely the chance that they will fire. The white and the green chits here denote anti-tank guided missiles, it's sagas I think, and heavy machine gun fire. And as we put these tokens on, we increase the likelihood of them actually being able to hit us. So we want a minimum of these chits, but of course we want flexibility in orders. So the more we do, the more they'll react. Finally, we have this track here, which is the enemy artillery, and they will say where the artillery is going to go. And currently it would be pointing at Sarachi, so down here. As you put chits up, you look at the latest chit on all of these charts. Well, not particularly on that one, but on these, it will tell you what it's going to, what the artillery is going to shift fire, or not even fire at all. So that's those. So after our orders phase, we do our execution phase, which is if we move, we move. If we fire, we fire. Then we go on to the enemy reaction phase, which we run through these and see what happens to us. How we fire is how they fire is dependent on where they're going to fire. So there is a fire priority which is done through these counters here. This is numbers 1, 2, and 3, which denote this area here, and then 7, 8, and 9, which go here. These are permanent firing positions that are always available. You don't pick any chits for. And what you do is, for the particular type of fire, you look at the lowest numbered priority. These fixed have 4, 5, and 6 as their priorities, but these will have 1, 2, and 3. These will have 7, 8, and 9. And you fire from that point. You check and roll the dice to see what happens, whether there's a hit or not. Once you go through the reaction phase of all of those 4 types of fire, potential fire anyway, you see if you won the game. If not, if you've got a hull damage which restricts you moving, you can only move once every 2 turns, you'll flip those damage markers. Don't worry about that, I'll get to there. And then we advance the turn marker, which is up here. We start at turn 1 and we go through it again. Now we have a time limit, and this is turn 18 here. So this is when Tango 2 will either disintegrate, or they'll give up and leave, or something like that, because they're under threat. And we have to get our tanks there before that marker, which is that marker. So that's all good there. We only have to really talk about here this strip here, which is not a turn track, it's the rules of engagement track. Because we're UN vehicles, it's we're restricted on what we can do. So we have a ROE, rules of engagement counter. Now every time there's a fire from the Bosnian Serbs, that marker will start to go up. If we get a tank hit with heavy damage, which is just damage in this game, it will go up by 5. Also, if we get a commander in one of the vehicles killed, then it goes up by 5. Also, as you can see, there's a +1 ROE marker here, which means it goes up naturally when the artillery is firing as well. So this will build up. If we get to this zone here, this is the, and I'll butcher the Danish here, till helvete med det, which means to hell with that. So this is the zone where you can fire back. You cannot fire here. You can fire back, but they may affect your victory because the UN might not agree that you should have fired. So this is a sort of grey zone here about the legality of firing back. Up here we have the unrestricted fire zone, which when that finally gets to here, the UN would agree with us that we're so much under fire, we need to fire back. That's fine. But when we choose to start firing in this zone, we will change this hold fire counter to the fire at will counter and place it there, and that will give us our victory marker as far as the legality goes. At the moment it's on hold fire. We cannot fire at all until we get to at least stage 8 here. Okay. Also on here we've got these little marker boxes here. These are the special capabilities of these 3 vehicles here, and depending on where these vehicles are, those can be used to give us some special abilities. So here we have the marker for our very own vehicle, VL2. So this can do 2 different things. So if this vehicle is stationed here at OPN, then we can issue an extra order. So we can duplicate an order effectively by using this capability. If our unit is up in Kalasiya, then we can do a thing called draw their fire. So effectively we will lessen the effect of the fire coming in from these spots here around Kalasiya. We have then for the OP vehicle here, we have if we're in OPN again, we will make sure that any firing that comes from these 3 positions here is an automatic hit. Normally you would roll and on a 6 there would be a miss. These are indirect fire positions, so it's not the tanks actually firing at a target, it's firing as artillery effectively, and that's how we get our artillery. So pretty much if this guy is here, he helps these fires to be automatic. If he's up in Kalasiya, he can give us an extra turn, and basically that means that this marker can go up, and that's going to be very useful to extend if we're running out of time. And finally we've got the squadron commander tank here. So it doesn't matter where he is, but if he's adjacent to another tank unit, he can either give them an extra fire or an extra move. And again, now we only earn these abilities if the ROE marker goes to these points. So until then, we can't use them. Well, the final one here is airstrike, which means that this airstrike order could happen, and it's actually quite devastating. We effectively halve all the chits that the Bosnian Serbs have because they've just been pummeled by aircraft. It's a long shot. You need to get 2 black on your orders, and then you can use that to do some decent damage. Haven't managed to be able to use that yet in my games. Right, that's kind of as much explanation as I want to do. I'll go through damage if we get damaged. We probably will. At that point, it's very straightforward, but I want to crack on with the game here. People might be a bit bored by now. So let me just do a quick check in the chat. Any questions, etc. Marco's, yeah, my mate Marco is in the chat. Hi Marco. Ciao, ciao. Good to see you. And yeah, really talking about Batalla Dores in Zaragoza. It's a very good convention. You're right, Manito. Yeah, the map's very good, isn't it? Very good. I think the graphics is Niels, so our friend in the chat. So well done, Niels. Yeah, it does really sell the game, doesn't it? Very, very good. And I'll be honest, most of the Snafu games that they produce, very high quality graphics like this. It's up to their usual high standard. Oh, and we have Nicola has appeared. Nicola, who is, of course, the designer of Operation Bøllebank. Again, another mate of mine. Ciao, Nicola. Good to see you. Yeah, he's let you know in the chat that he's the designer here. So if I get something wrong, Nicola will be down my throat immediately, I'm sure. Just kidding. And yeah, let's crack on with it. Everybody seems just about ready. So let's get on. I'm just going to put out a post to say that we're running. If anybody's not here yet, yeah, that's good. We've done that. So start of the first turn of the game. So we follow the sequence of play. So the first thing is the orders phase. So let's go and pick a couple of chits. So we do it one by one. So we do top row and then bottom row. So top row is a green. Now the C on there is about us firing back on them, which area they are, and that these, what they're known as overwatch positions, have an LC and R, so that what if we have a tank in those positions, we can fire against the latest chit in the dials or in the tracks, and otherwise we can't fire at them. So that's what the C means. Right, second chit. Second is another green. Now, interestingly enough, okay, this gives us a platoon move, but what it also do is if we have matching coloured chits, that means that's the last order we can actually do. So we can't actually pick any more chits at the start of the turn. Not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing, but probably would have wanted to do a few more. But we have a platoon move. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate a platoon, one of these platoon attacks, and get them up to Calicia, I think. So let's pick platoon 2. No particular reason other than it's the first ones I pointed to, and we put their order chits into Calicia here. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, you see these two boxes here of the sort of big triangles, but the rest of them don't have squares, rectangles, you know, squarey things. But these don't. The reason is because the road narrows at this point, and so you can have up to 3 tanks, 3 vehicles in these spots, but all the others you can only have 1 tank, so you end up on a bit of a procession. Okay, so we've put our orders there. We take these chits, the first chit goes in, so we put it on the dial here, and then that one. So at the moment we'll be hit on a 6 by HMG if we get to a point, and we won't, that we can be fired upon. The first place we can be fired on is actually here. You can see these arrows coming from the enemy actions zones here. So the arrows are the important things here. So here is kind of safe. They can't hit us. All right. So we will then go to executing. No airstrikes. We have a move order though. So the move order is to move those tanks, and we move them up to our first zone, zone 1. And that's all the orders we have. The orders stay in place because we haven't got there yet. And then we move on to the enemy reaction phase. So first thing we do is the enemy tanks, the tank fire. So for each of these counters, we need to roll a d6, and the number changes 6, 5 or 6, 4, 5 or 6, and anything but a 1, as to whether the cold barrel T55s get flipped over to the hot and fire at us. So at the moment we've got no chits at all, so there's no chance they will fire. There's no chance of hot barrel, just cold barrel. So we don't have to worry about the tanks. Okay, on this track, we could get fired at by the HMG, but we can't because they're not in an enemy action zone, so nobody can reach us at the moment. Now, so we move past that and the ATGM, there's no chits on there at all, and then we get to enemy artillery here. So we look at the lowest point of the track, which is actually on the setup here. Okay, so the first thing it says is +1 ROE. So they are firing at us with the artillery. So ROE goes up to 2. And then it affects a random unit in Sriracha. So we have quite a few in here. So what we do is we look at the indirect fire for artillery chart here and see what happens. So firstly we roll 2d6. And that's a 5. So what we do is we haven't damaged any. On a 12 they would damage one of the vehicles, but on 3 to 11 we draw a marker and add it to the enemy weapons pool. So these orange markers, they should actually be separate. I've got to put them in a separate little box. So this is an artillery damage marker, which we will add to our general pool here. And when we pull it out, we will then do the damage on the particular vehicles that is on the track. So we don't have BQ, FB and GB here, so we will not select those as one of the options. BQ, FB, GB. Yeah, so those three are not relevant because they're not actually here. So in here we muck around, take one of these and put it in the chip. Right. So that's what we do with the artillery, and that's all we do for the moment. Okay, so that's our artillery done. Just going to check if I'm doing everything right. If Nicholas saying it's okay. Espava, hello. Hi, and Ganix. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're doing well here. We're doing well. Okay, that's the enemy action phase done. We definitely haven't won. There are no hull damage markers, so we just advance the turn marker. We're on to turn 2, and we're on to picking our orders again. So again, 2 chits, 1 by 1. That's the first one. That's it. Oh, great! We've got 2 colours again. So we have a single vehicle move here. But again, that's the only order we can do because they're both the same colour. So we can issue a move order. I'm going to issue the move order, I think, to probably to QL3, our observation vehicle. So we are going to order QL3 to go to OPN. Right. Then we place these on the ATM track on the chart because they're white, and that's it for our orders. So then we move on to execution. So no airstrike, move. So these guys will move again, and QL3 will move to here. That's our move. There are no fire orders, we can't fire anyway. So then on to enemy reaction. Still no chits for the tank fire, so it's cold barrel. We are now in this section here. So what I need to do is I need to pull an enemy action chit of the 7, 8 and 9 variety, which is these 3. They're 2-sided as well, so it's not just the chit but the side you pick. So I'm going to pick this side on this one. So this is number 8. So this goes, it's nicely knit again with the graphics, very cool. You've got a graphic which matches the diamond behind. So what that means here is we could get ATGM or we could get heavy machine gun fire on this square from the Bosnian Serbs. So they would start opening fire of those 2 types. So no tank fire. We then do ATGM in the list. So we do have ATGM fire. That's legitimate from there. So they're going to fire. So we've roll some dice. This is on a 12. So we're really unlucky if yeah. So they didn't hit it, but they did fire. So our ROE goes up by 1. And then we move to heavy machine gun, and again they can fire here. And again, it's on a 12, so avoiding a double 6 again. We do. And again, the ROE goes up. So as you can see, this is escalating quite rapidly. But nothing hit us. But we do have the artillery fire into Sriracha still staying there. We go up 1 with the ROE. Then we select random unit. So I need to pull out QL3 because they're no longer there. I'm missing a damage. I seem to be missing a damage marker. Who am I missing? QL. No, that's QL1. He's still in. QL3 is out. Might have misplaced a marker here. We have QL1, we have EL2, we have EA and FA. We're missing AQ. I wondered if somehow it's got into this. I'm just going to pull these out and see if I can find it. Ah, there we go. Yeah, he should be in as well. So he sneaked in from my last outing here. So right, so these guys are the damage markers we can put in. Oh yes, first we roll the dice here because it could actually be a proper hit. That's true. So a 9, yeah. So it is a marker, yeah. So let's have that one and go into the box, into the cup, and put those back. Right. Okay, that was the artillery fire. I did do the ROE, yes. So with the end of their enemy reaction phase, and all we need to do really is advance the turn marker, and we're back to the orders phase. So once you're into it, it's fairly straightforward until it starts getting a bit nasty, but at the moment it's not so bad. So first chit is white, and the second chit is, tell me it's going to be white. It's white again. Brilliant. So we get 1 order return. Again, this is 1 vehicle we can send. I reckon we should send the squadron commander. Yeah, squadron commander can go, I think. So this is QL1. So he's going to go to Calicia as well. And that's all we can do. We put these markers on. So now we've accumulated enough chits on the ATGM that they will hit on a 10, greater than or equal to 10, so 10 or more, 10, 11, 12. We can affect that GM fire if we move a tank into one of these overwatch positions. Effectively what it is they can see the actual missiles coming and warn through the radio to say something on its way, duck behind somewhere. That gives us a -1, but we haven't got anybody there yet. We haven't got enough orders to do that. Although this is an interesting thing, is that our vehicle here, we can always order ourselves. So interestingly enough, just thinking maybe we should order ourselves onto one of these overwatch. Even though we can't fire because it's an APC, it could provide some warning to these guys on the ATGM track. That's an interesting idea. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Yeah, the chances of pulling those is yeah. One of my previous turns is that basically for the first couple of turns, all I could pull was matrix results which were fires only, so I couldn't actually move anything. No, the Bosnian Serbs were just placing loads of chits. But yeah, this is kind of a different extreme, isn't it? I think I will actually move us forward. We can't fire, so it doesn't really matter where he goes, so we just put him in center. So we will go forward and we will affect the ATGM by a -1, because this is What you'll also note is this chit has a X2, a ×2 on it. What that means is they get 2 goes. So again, even more lethal. Oh, hang on. I won't move him. I'll put him in order there. That's better. Right, so that's our orders done. Execution phase, no airstrike. Move orders. So now we've got the restriction here. So we will send FB first, I think. The other 2 will have to wait their turn. QL3 will now start on the road up to the observation post here. And we will move the squadron commander up here because that's his order. And then we will move VL2 here. So we put the marker back. Nicholas says that's a smart move. So there you go. Yay! Smart move. Good. Well, yeah, I'm sure, and I'm sure I've done this. There's lots of dumb moves in this game, so a smart move from the designer can't be that bad. What it also means is there's less people in Sriracha, which is the artillery is coming down. Would have expected us to get a chit there, but we still haven't got a chit here, so everything's raining down on us here. Okay, so enemy reaction phase. So still no tank fire. There's no tank targets. The black diamonds are where and there's no black diamond here, so they wouldn't be firing anyway. On to the ATGM. So again, the only priority we've got here. Oh, actually, we need to pull another priority here, don't we? Because we now moved in this spot, which has its own enemy action. So let's just should have done that when they first moved in, but nothing really changed. So we'll have this, which is 9. So 9 is tank fire and ATGM fire. So again, we still have no tank fire, but ATGM fire. But this is a 9, that's an 8, and 8 is the priority. So they're going to fire here rather than here. So the ATGM is going to come in. We need to roll the dice. Remember, we now have a -1 to the dice because we're sitting there watching the valley, seeing these missiles coming in. So 2d6 -1. Wow. They fired it back up the mountain, it seems like, with that roll. So ATGM didn't do anything, but we do have a second shot here. Again, the -1. Oh, 11 goes to a 10. That's actually a hit, even with our observation post there. So that's gone from one extreme to the other. So they've hit us here. Okay, so we need to work out which one they've hit. I think it's random, I believe. Can't remember actually. How do you determine if we get a hit? Let me just check. I suppose it's random, but exactly how do you do the randomness? Yeah, determine at random. It doesn't say exactly how, but yes, it's so BQ is 1 to 3, GB is 4 to 6, 1 to 3. So it's BQ. It's the lead tank. So we have a damage allocation here. It's ATGM, which is quite nasty. So it's going to affect something. It's going to give the old heavy damage here. So we rolled a d6 on this chart here. It's a 1 to 2, it's the tracks. 3 to 5, it's the hull. 6, it's a turret. 1 to 2, it's the tracks. So the tracks, we get a tracks marker here for BQ. And our tracks, so the vehicle can't move now. So it's been disabled and moving. Okay. You can't carry out move orders. So we take its move order marker off, and it's now immobilized. It cannot move. It's stuck there. Now, one thing we can do is we can tow it. So we can get another tank to turn up and tow it to a different position to just get it out of the way. Luckily enough, it's in this zone where we're not restricted by the road, but we would then have to use another tank to tow it. So it's kind of a stuck there really. That's all. So the tracks have come off because of ATGM fire. It's going well, isn't it? It's going well. We haven't even reached Calicia, never mind Tango 2. We've already got a tack. So the ROE here, so we did do one ATGM fire, which missed. Then this one fired again, but now we have a heavy damage. So these are all the damage here. So this means that this actually goes up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that these two capabilities are now available. But we need to be in a position to use them, and we're not in a position at the moment. This guy's Overwatch at Sriracha, and this guy's still on the road, so we just put them there for the moment. Also, now we could start to fire back. We don't have the ability to fire back anyway because we're not in any of the firing positions, but now we could, if we wanted to, start to fire back on the Serbs because of that. Right. Well, that's good news, isn't it? We're on to the heavy machine gun fire. So they're on a 12. And again, it'll be coming into this zone on priority 8. 9 is nothing. Again, ROE up. And finally, we have Sriracha here. It goes up ROE again, which again actually gives us this special ability. Which is interesting because effectively, one space around him, he can give either an extra fire or an extra move. The extra move would be very, very useful. But we'll place that next turn. And we need to hit a random unit. So now we only have platoon 1 in Sriracha. Oh no, we do still have VL2. These count as being in Sriracha as well. So do we have the right? We do have those right chits. So let's pick one. I suppose I could look at it, but it's more fun to just chuck it in and see what turns up. Okay, so that's the artillery fire. So we're into the enemy reaction phase, onto advance the turn marker. It's not a hull damage marker, it's a tracks damage marker, so we don't need to do anything there. On to turn 4. Okay, deep breath. Let's hopefully we get some orders here. Oh right, sorry, it should have been, yes, sorry, Nicola's right, yeah. So it shouldn't have been to the same priority, it should have been a lower priority. So actually, what should happen is it should be this guy who was damaged. The fire should be on the next priority down. Yeah, thanks for that. Do I need to change anything else other than that? Oh yeah, so FB is out, not BQ. There, I think that's fixed that. Thanks, Nicola. Oh, he's off to putting the kids to bed. So it's fine. I'll just have to solo it. What I'm doing here. Okay, right. Where are we? We're on to the new turn. Onto the orders phase. See if we can get something that isn't the second colour. First chit is white. It's been the fun one so far. Please not another white. Green, yes, okay. Well, yes and no. Okay, it gives us a platoon fire, which is kind of irrelevant because we can't fire anywhere at the moment. So unfortunately, that's not the end of the orders phase, but we can't do anything with these orders. So we'll put those on and we'll select another set. First chit is green. Second chit is orange. Okay, so right, what we have here is we have a move for one vehicle. Okay. I suppose as we're quite high on the RO here, we want to get into firing positions here. So I'm going to select one of these guys to move in. Now at the moment we have right and left as being available to be shot at. So I'm going to put FA to overwatch left in Sriracha. And these then add, that's a left. And this, so now the artillery fire has switched to Calicia. And again, it's random unit and +1 to ROE. So the actual artillery fire is coming down here, which we're not at yet, which that's great. Do we want to do some more order? I think we do. So another pair, I think. We have, the first one is white. And then the other one is black. Okay, white to black is 1 with the option of fire or move. I'm going to do a move, and I'm going to select EA to move to this position. Okay, and that's that. So we do now have the possibility of the tanks waking up now. Okay, I think we'll stop it there. I'm going to give myself an order to pull back into Sriracha, so this guy can come back, because these two tanks are going to be here. There's no point in him being there. You can only order to the next major block, so any of these squares. So I can't order him from here to go all the way up there. I need to order him for here, and then do another order to go up to Calicia if I want him to be there. That's all the orders done. Execution phase, we have airstrike order, no move orders. So FA will move here. EA will move here. QL1 will move here. QL3 will move here. So now he is in position. He can help this fire as well by making it automatic. And we've got BQ and GB. Now, what we can do is we can get one of these tanks to tow FB. Might be an idea. So I believe what we do right, yeah, we should place these as a choice. So I'm going to probably going to do an extra move for him. Well, QL3 will be here, isn't it? Direct their fire. And yeah, it'll be an extra order for the moment. So that's interesting, actually. So I do have the extra order. Yeah, I need to use that, don't I? I didn't place these. Yeah, I need to use that because I want to get AQ into here. So yeah, so yeah, should have done an order for AQ to come here, so that when we actually do the movements, we move around. This extra move here. Just need to check up on the towing. Yeah, that's right, in specific position. So yeah, So that's true. The extra order, he needs to be an OPN and he's not there, so no, can't do that. Yeah, very true. Where are we now? So, but we can do the direct fire. We can do the extra move, so it's within one space of QL1. So around here, he can do that extra move. Yeah, before or after any move order, it can be done. I'm just checking the towing for a second. Yeah. So I think on the tow order, we give one of these guys, so we'll give GB a tow order to tow FB. Then he will move there. That's his extra move, ordered by QL1. I think that's correct. So he can now undertake to tow that tank out of the way. These guys can't move because it's all congested here. VL2 move back. I think I'm doing that right. Okay. Need to pull 2 chits, and whatever the result, you convert it into tow order. Yeah, what I'm doing is I'm using the QL1 order as a tow order, the extra move. Presumably that can be changed into a tow order. I think that's right. Okay, on to the enemy reaction phase. So we do have some tank fire possible here, and we do have orders here. Also, we don't actually need to add anything. We still haven't made any progress here. We've still only got these enemy action chits here, but we do have one for tank fire. So we're going to roll to see if the barrel goes hot, which is only on a 6. No, okay, no tank fire. Moving on to ATGM, which is getting a little bit serious here. At least it's not ×2 now, it's just the 1 shot, and it's coming into here from priority 8. So it's 10 or more with the -1 because we've got the Overwatch here. Nope, so that doesn't, but they do fire. ROE goes up. Heavy machine gun. Again, that's coming in here. The green dot. Close, it's on a 12. ROE goes up again, so we're almost into unrestricted fire here. And then finally artillery. So artillery is landing here. There are no targets, but I still think we put in the ROE addition, so we're just on the brink. I think that's all their fire done. So we're on to the end phase and advance the turn marker. Turn 5. Chicken. So the extra move is not an extra order, it's an extra execution of the move already assigned. Right. So I can't convert it into a tow order, presumably then. Okay. So that stays there. But I think he can move up to here. I think. Well, thinking actually, winding this back, actually, he had a move order to go here anyway, didn't he? And so presumably that move order can be changed to a tow order. I'm not sure now on this on the towing. Okay, yeah, so I've got it the wrong way around. So, okay. So I don't think he can move, actually, because it's congested still. We need the tow order first. Okay, so, right. We're there. Where are we? Okay, back to orders. So the first thing to do is to get a tow order going. If we can. Okay, so we have green. And we have orange. Green and orange is one move. So, okay. So we are going to make that a tow order here. Okay. Right, next chits. So this is now coming back to Sriracha now. So they're coming back here to fire. Wonderful. And we pull out some new chits. Okay, yeah, so I've fixed it now. So first chit is, oh, black. Hate those black chits because their tank fire is terrible. And green. So that is actually a fire for one vehicle. So looking at what we've got here, we can't do centers. This will become a left. So we might get this guy to start firing. Fire order for FA. Now what that means is we're no longer on hold fire. It would be really good if we just waited a little bit longer. Yeah, I think we need to get moving here. So we're going to do a fire at will there. Hang it. This does change how the ROE works now. So if we get heavy damage or any commander killed, then actually the ROE goes down rather than up. Yeah, I think it's going to still be going up quite significantly. Okay, that's fire order. Now, do I want to stop there? Yeah, let's keep going. We have a green and a white. So that's a platoon fire. Okay. Which means we can activate this guy as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. Okay, I think we're going to stop there. Not sure if this is wise, but these counters are starting to. We are going to order ourselves now. Going up to O. PN gives us extra orders, so yeah, I'm going to order us to go up there. And that's it for the orders, I think. Yeah. So order phase done. On to the execution. No airstrike. Move orders. So we've got GB doing the tow. And then we'll use the extra movability of QL1 to tow him back here. Once he's towing, we want to tow him back to Sriracha, I suppose, as a destination. We can't do an interim destination. He has to go back to somewhere. So we're going to tow him back this way. I mean, we could tow him forward. That's an idea. Anyway, I shouldn't be moving them. Should be just. It's kind of closer, isn't it? Although it's still under fire. Yeah, go on. Let's be brave. Let's put the tow up to here. Yeah. So movement. So we move it to here, and that's it for. These guys move forward, and one of these can move forward. I'm going to move the squadron commander, so he can order extra moves within one space. Think that looks cool? I think that looks cool, yes. Okay, right, so that's move orders. Now we've got fire orders. So here we have an L and an R fire, indirect fire here. So we can direct the L here and shoot at the tank. And because we have the observation APC there, that's an automatic hit, automatic successful this turn. So we can remove that chit and put him back in the cup. That's left. Now right, these two are centers, but this is a right now. So I think I can use them to get rid of this chit as well, which goes back in the cup. I think that's right. Yeah, don't see why I shouldn't be able to do that. To put that back in, just check that's okay. It's the nearest contact point, so this is right. So yeah, it is going to kill the sea. Yes. Yeah. So so that fire actually removed those two. That's great. So we've got no chance of the tanks coming at us. That's great. We should draw the last chit here though. So I'm just going to put it up in the air. It comes down as 7 here, and that's just HMG fire going into that, but it is lower priority there. Good. Done everything. Fire orders, yes. So reaction phase. So tank fire. No chance of tank fire because we've just made the tanks scurry away from our artillery fire from here. Onto ATGM fire. That's the one I'm worried about. So ATGM priority is number 8. So that's BQ is still in here. There's no white dot there, so this is the priority. It's on a 10, but we've got -1 on the dice. So no hit. ROE does go up though. HMG fire, so 7 is the priority on that, so they're going to be firing up here at GB and FB. So that's still on a 12 just. No. And ROE goes up again. And we're back on enemy artillery. We're back in Sriracha, +1 to ROE. So the airstrike is now available if we manage to get the order through. And we get a random unit. So the only, the only unit it can be is AQ. We already have AQ has already, damage counter has already been in there, so presumably nothing changes. We need to roll the dice. Idiot. Yeah, so it is that. Yeah, that's it really, I think. I don't have a field of fire to the tanks. Do I not? Light blue symbols. Ah, yeah, sorry, these symbols here, there isn't the lozenge here, so I can't actually hit the tanks. I can only hit the tanks from these two positions. No, good point. So to fish those markers out again. Sorry. So there's quite a lot of detail to the game. So getting a few of the subtleties here. So it was R and L, which means that we couldn't have hit anybody. We could have hit the artillery instead. We could have hit the artillery. Yeah, so we could have got rid of that, which means the Overwatch is the artillery is going to be here rather than here. So on a fire, we could have removed this, I think. Okay, that's good. So the fire is actually going to be here, instead of being able to fire at the tanks. So I need to just resolve whether they go hot barrel here. So this is 5 or 6. No, they didn't. Okay, still cold barrel. Thanks for that, Nicola. Yeah. Oh. Ah, yes. Sorry, the ROE is only going up from artillery. That's true. Yeah, the fire from here doesn't include the increase the ROE. Good. Anything else? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if the chits aren't available as the target, then yeah, keep going. Don't worry about it. Good. Okay, I think we've done everything there. Yes. So move on the turn onto orders. Okay. What do we want to do? We probably want to move AQ into here because there's a lot of C markers here to deal with. Everybody else is still on the move, so yeah, we only need one move order really, I think. So first chit is white. That's our last chit on there for the 10 or more for the ATGM. For well, at least it's a move. I suppose that's fine really. Okay, we're going to move AQ to here. That's our move order. Unfortunately, ATGMs are now on 8 or more. However, there's an R, so we can at least fire at that. Okay, that's the orders phase. So on to execution. No airstrike. Move. So we can put the toe up to here. And that goes back to there. BQ still hasn't arrived. QL1 moves on. BQ can now move up, and then QL1 can't order it to go past, so we can't do anything with the extra move here. We move to Milyanovci here. AQ moves here. And I think we're there. Yeah. Okay. So fire orders. So we got fire orders for these guys. So the left can't do very much, but the right can kill this. So we'll do that. We could, I think we should get rid of this artillery with the left, so that the fire switches back to Sriracha, which does affect these guys, but doesn't affect these guys now they're there. So I think we'll do that. Get rid of that artillery as well. That's our fire orders. Then tanks. So tank status here for the Bosnian Serbs. So on a 5 or a 6, no, they don't fire. ATGM fire is now still 10 or more. Priority. So we're not in these positions yet. The priority is 8 here, which nobody is. So we're going on to the 9, which is here. So BQ is going to get fired on ATGM, which is 10 or more with a -1 because of QL3. Nope, they don't hit, and the ROE doesn't go up. HMG, we're still on 12. HMG priority is 7, so that's on QL1. On a 12, no. And finally, the enemy artillery lands in Sriracha. So we have all the A's here. So we only have one of the A damage markers available. So it has to be that one to be picked. Be put in the cup. Okay. I think I've done that all right. Oh, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, he should have the fire order, even though he hadn't moved into position. A good point. In which case we could have done a C. And I think the C, yeah, would definitely be that one. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good point. Good point. He doesn't have to be in an Overwatch position to actually receive the fire order. Right. I think we did this right. Yeah, so it's move on to the next turn. Orders. We always have to pick up one set of order chits. You can't avoid at least one. So first order is black. Damn. And orange. Black, orange. So that's a platoon, fire or move. So interesting. You could provide a platoon order here, but BQ isn't yet in position, and he's got an order out already. If he's already in an order, can you give him? Yeah, either on the move or halted. So yes, so we will give platoon 2 a fire order, because that's what I have here. So flip these guys over. I don't think it's relevant for FB because he's stranded, he's stuck there, but we'll flip him over anyway. And BQ has a fire order as well. Good, okay. But this tank situation here is not great. No artillery here. Okay, that's good. Do we need more orders here? Not for the moment, I think. I think we'll hold it there. Unless we want to move GB into a position. Oh yeah, we don't actually flip them over yet, do we? Do we? Yes, we do. Once you do, there's no marker for it. So can we then give them an order to move? I suppose so, because his order marker's available. Yeah. So shall we try it? Let's try. Yeah, let's try another order. Ah, we have a damage marker. Timely. And another damage marker. Great. So EA and FA have got damage. These are these two guys here. But the order, let's do that first. We got a platoon, fire or move. So I think we should order GB to move left. Yeah. Okay. Now damage EA. So for the we roll a d6 on this chart here for the damage on the EA. 1 or 2, it's the radio. 3 or 4, it's the night vision. 5 or 6, it's the gun sights have been damaged by, by the artillery. So roll for EA. 2. So 2 is limited communications radio. So it's a die roll required to give, relay or receive orders. So presumably this is orders subsequent for this, so he's already received orders. So EA has a radio problem. And that, I think, then becomes available again. And then FA, 5. 5 is gun sights. That's not what we wanted. Cannot do any indirect fire. Brilliant. So that's definitely not what we wanted. So gun sights are off on FA. Marvellous. Okay. Right. Do we want to keep going then? Now that that's that order. I don't think we want any more orders. That's fine. Let's move on to execution. Yeah, execution, move orders. So QL1 can arrive here. BQ can move up. GB can move here. VL2 can arrive here. So now we can use this special ability. We can get QL1 to order BQ an extra move, so BQ arrives. Oops. That's the wrong one, is an extra order. So thinking we could have used the extra order here to order these guys back. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea actually. Yeah, we would do a platoon order for these guys to move back, because the gun sights makes indirect fire impossible. And maybe they would be better up here. Actually, if we just sent FA back, because he's doing no good. Could do the whole platoon, or we could just do one vehicle. Yeah, let's do that. These two guys here, but FA can move back. Also, if we try to order EA, it might not get through anyway. Yeah, we'll do that with our extra order here, extra move order. Good. So yeah, so this guy moves backwards. Right, orders all done. Think so. So I'm just wondering if I can issue that, because he just moved into here. Yeah, probably can't actually. Yeah, no, because he wasn't there when the on the orders phase. So yeah, I can't do that yet. No. All right. So move orders, fire orders. Okay, so just down here, he can't fire. We have center here. Center, we can remove one of these. I think I'll remove one of the heavy machine gun ones actually. Yeah, let's put that back in the cup. Then we have right. He's already got the order, so he can still fire. We don't have any. Oh, actually, that's a point. Bring that back. Bring that back. Yeah, no, to get maximum efficiency here. Yeah, bring that back. So center takes this one, and then right can take this one. Yeah, that's much more efficient. So those two fire. And then we have Overwatch left here, which can get rid of this one. So that goes as well. Now, that's our fire orders. Then, enemy reaction, tank status. So 5 or 6 now. No, still cold. Good, good. Then we have ATMG fire. ATGM fire, sorry. So this is priority 5. So it will be fired, GB will be fired on by ATGM. So it's a 10. Still got the -1 because of the Overwatch down here. 2 dice. 8 goes to a 7. No. And finally, HMGs are still 12. And the HMG priority is up here as well, of course. No. Okay. So we're surviving their fire at the moment. Not really going anywhere near Tango 2. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Artillery fire. No artillery. -1 ROE. So the ROE is going down. But at least there's no artillery fire. Good. Move the turn marker forward. How are we going in the chat here? Oscar, good to see you. Hello, hello. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, the boss is in. SnafuStore boss is in. Everybody look sharp. Look like you're working. He'll be taking names. Good. Right. Where are we? Next turn. Orders phase, of course. Orders phase. Orders phase. Did I move the turn marker? Yes, I think I did. Okay. So, what are we looking to for orders here? Maybe pulling these guys back, particularly him, because there's no point in him being down here anymore, because his gun sights are messed up. We do have our extra order ability here, an extra move. We could try and send BQ and QL up the channel here. Yeah, that might be an idea. Anyway, let's see what we get. So, first chit is white. Second chit is white. Huh? Okay. So we can move one unit. Okay, so this is a choice now, isn't it? We could pull this guy back. We could order BQ or QL1 forward to an overwatch position. We could order BQ to move to Tango 2, and we could use QL to accelerate it. So this is kind of, okay, this is, that particularly that bit is a kind of real order here. Do we try and advance and get QL1 and BQ up there? BQ first and then QL kind of, actually, do we want BQ first? Yeah, I think that's okay, because we can move QL1 when it's adjacent to BQ, get him to move. Does that actually give us an extra move? Analysing it. Yeah, QL1 has to come second, so he moves to there. Extra move, he goes to there. QL moves here next turn. And he can issue the extra move before the move. So he'd go to there and then to there. Yeah, that kind of works, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's try that. Let's, where are we? BQ. If we order BQ to Tango 2. Yeah, go on. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. Okay, put these on here. Both centres, doesn't matter which way round. Yeah, I like that idea. Hope the chat does. Push the tanks up the road. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that being here doesn't, in Overwatch, doesn't win us the game. That wins us the game. So we got to get going. Okay, so yeah. Right. We go to execution phase. No airstrike. Move orders. So the only move order we have is BQ. So BQ moves on. Then QL1 uses its extra move special ability to move him to. Now we need to get these spots filled with enemy action chits. So we'll pick this one and it will come down that side. So all three, oh god, all three. Mind you, he's moved on, so that's fine. The next one is, well, there you go. Okay. Well, yeah, they're going to be concentrating on this road, aren't they? Going to be concentrating on this road. But next turn we should be able to get BQ through with the extra movability of QL1. Yeah. Okay, so move order done. We're on to fire orders. So the fire order, we have GB here, who can hit the tanks on the left and can, so will. So that tank marker goes. Then down here, we can't use left, but that's not a problem. We've got a right and a centre here. So the centre goes here and the right goes there. So those two get dealt with as well. And then on the artillery side, there isn't any artillery, so the ROE goes down. And this isn't now getting a problem. And the ROE goes below fire at will. That's a bit of a problem, but we'll cross that bridge or go down that track when we get there. Okay, so that was artillery fire. So next turn. Yeah. So we. Extra move is one more space, but not two more. Yeah, but he had an order, so he moved to here, and then the extra move then moved him to there. That's correct, I think. Sriracha. Oh yes, the that's true. The ammo depot. I think the move to there is fine. Move one and then extra move to there. I think that's fine. Okay. Where were we? New turn orders. First order is green. Second order is white. Okay. That's a platoon fire. I suppose we might as well order him to fire. We're not going to be using it, but that's the only unit that's still not got a fire order. So yeah, so that's right, and that's centre times 2. No, hang on a minute. Have I missed something? No, I haven't missed something. That's fine. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do we not want some more chits? We want to order QL1, don't we? Yeah, we can't use the extra order here because the last one was a fire order, so we need a move order. So let's go for a move order. We have green. And green, yes. Okay, right, here we go. So what I'm going to do, I just think, is it worth moving these guys? So this is a platoon move. So I could order these guys in here, but then they've got to head all the way up here. It's going to take quite a few turns, and by that time we would have either won or lost, I think. So maybe not. We will, our move order will be given to QL1 to go up here. Now, we did a move order, so our VL2 extra order can be a move for FA because he's doing no good there with his gun sights. So we will pull back FA. Yeah. Yeah, so we use the extra order. Yeah, okay. I'm wondering what, yeah, it's probably too late for me to move VL2 up to here because then he can draw fire from there. But as we're using the QL1 sort of rapid movement, I think, yeah, I don't think there's a lot of point in getting him up there. I'll keep him where he is with the extra order, I think. Okay. So put these in centre and left. So that's tricky with the heavy machine guns down to 9 here. Okay. Right. Yeah, not going to pick any more chits. We're going to move on to execution phase, move orders. So we'll move QL1. We will then so it says I can move the extra move can be used before, after or before any move order. So I can do the extra move for BQ here, which gets us the last. Oh, that's no ATGM here. And then he can use his move to go there. I think that's right. No more moves. Yes. Okay. So fire orders. So he can't fire, but he can. Now we could use his fire here to remove that HMG, that left one. We can use center to move. Should we move that one, or should we remove the ×2? Well, if we move the center here, then right can then remove that one. But I don't like that ×2. Yeah, I'll just remove the ×2, I think. There's more chances of being... Oh, we really need... That's only on a 9 though, isn't it? I'll go on then. Put that back. We'll remove the center and then we'll remove the right. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do it that way. So that's the move orders done. The fire orders done, sorry. And enemy reaction phase, so tank fire on a 6. No, still cold barrel. Doing well with the tanks here. Still doing well with the tanks. ATGM on a 10 or more. Priority is priority 2, so that's on QL1 here. So that's on a 10 with the -1 as well. 8, no, that's fine. And oh, we get a second shot as well. The next priority 3, 5, so it's on GB. 7, no. And then we've got HMG. The HMG will be on 2, so that's on a 12. No. Okay, so all fine with that, and there's no artillery. ROE down 1. Oh, I didn't move FA, did I? FA should have been there. Forgot to move him. Okay. Next turn, I think. I think we're doing okay here so far. Let's check the chat. We're doing. Let's go to spent, yeah. Oh right, yeah. So we need to earn that back. You're right. Yeah, sorry, forgot that. We need to earn that back, but we'll try and do that. We need to get same color again to get that one back. Okay. Order phase. Let's see if we can get it back. White. White. Excellent. There we go. Left. Left. So that's move for 1 vehicle, and we can get the extra move back. Okay. Move order. Move order. Move order. I don't think we need to issue any move orders. I'm thinking maybe pulling GB back, but he's on a low priority here. QL1's going to get all the attention now, isn't it? So it's fine to leave him on Overwatch here, I think. No, I don't, oh, FA. We could, yeah, let's order FA up to Calicia. Yeah, that's our move. Move for 1 vehicle, and yeah, we'll cut it there. We'll cut it there. Yep. So put these on. So that does get the ATGM's dangerous position, but we can deal with it from here in the fire execution. Okay, execution move orders. So BQ moves 1, QL1 moves 1, and then he uses the extra move ability on himself and moves him to there. I think that's what we can do. So that means we are away from the ATGMs here, because they're all back here. This is not an ATGM. So the worst we can get here, well, we might get tank fire, but most likely we'll just get the HMG. So this is looking good. This is looking good. Right. On to firing. So we want to use GB here to get rid of that L. Yes. CNR. Can't affect the tank. And it's not going to make a difference either way, I think. So, yeah, that's the only fire we'll do. And then on to enemy reaction. So, tank fire on a 6. No, excellent. ATGM. So priority is now GB, I believe, and it's on a 10 or more with the -1. No. Then we've got HMG, which is priority 1, which is QL1 here. So HMG is on a 12. No. Okay. Artillery. There's no artillery. -1 ROE. Oh, we forgot to move FA, didn't I? FA is moving up here, so got to move FA. That's enemy reaction. New turn. Okay. I think this is going very well, actually. Orders chits. Okay, so this gives us a possibility of an airstrike here. Let's see if we get another black. No. Ah, well. So it's platoon fire or move. I'm not sure we need to order anybody, really. Yeah, I'm not going to order anybody. So that goes there. Another right. Oh, actually, what I will do, actually, no, I will do a move. I will order GB to go to Overwatch right. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if it can go directly from one Overwatch position to another. Actually, no, he can't go there. I have to order him back to Calicia. Is it worth it? Or shall I just leave the tank status? Yeah, no, I'll just leave it. I'll leave it. Leave him there. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so we place those. Don't want to do any other orders. And we don't get the extra move back because we didn't get the same numbers. But I don't think that's a problem now. On to the execution phase. So move orders. So BQ gets to Tango 2. QL1 moves up to space 4 on the track there. FA moves up here. And that's it. Yeah. That's all. Okay, on fire. We don't really have a left fire here, or left here. So we can get rid of that. and that's fine. I think we're doing very well here. There's not much that can stop QL1 from getting to Tango 2 now. No. Okay. Enemy reaction. So, tank fire status on a 3. No, still cold. We had gold barrel all game so far. It's brilliant. ATGMs. ATGMs. Priority will be GB. It's on a 10 with the -1. Yes, just saved him there. That's cool. And then HMG will be the same priority here on a 12. Okay, it's fine. And artillery, ROE down, another one. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot to place this marker, didn't I? So that's in Sriracha with ROE +1. And we've got EA and AQ here. EA and AQ. AQ's not available, so it must be EA to go in the pot. Oh, wait a minute, just roll. Yeah, in the pot. Yeah. Okay, so that's artillery fire. Next turn. We're very close to winning here. Very close to winning, I think. Yeah, no airstrike anymore. That's true. Yeah, because the marker's too low. The RA needs to be above here, and it's not. That's true. No. Okay. Yeah, I think we're getting there. I think we're really getting there. Orders. Let's go. What we really want to see is probably two the same colour. First one is white. Second one is green. So that's a platoon fire, which is useless. So do we cut our losses there? I think we do, because everything's still on 12 or 10. Yeah, hold it there. We will then do our move orders. Oh, PQ comes back here. The only one really relevant here is QL1 will move there. FA will move here. And that's it. Fire orders. We have the guy on the left here. Just can't really fire at anything here. Center and right. So these two guys could get rid of these two. That's it. Okay, we're in reaction. 5 or 6 for tank fire. No! Gosh. ATGMs. Priority for ATGMs will be GB, of course. They get 2 shots, so it's 10 with the -1 versus GB. Ah, it gets hit. That's a hit. Okay, ATGM. What do we get? 5 is the hull. So we have a hull hit. So hull hits. We also get a stun marker. So that means he's out for a turn, and then this marker flips over every turn, and if it's on a green X he can move, on a red X he can't. That's on the back, of course, here. And the ROE drops. That's -2 on the ROE. And then the second shot, the next priority, I suppose, is FA here. Yeah. So 10 -1. No, that's fine. And then HMG is back to our friend GB. 11, no, because it's on a 12. So he's dicing with death here, but gets away with it. Artillery fire hits on Sriracha. EA and AQ already have their damage markers in. What's that? Yeah, already have their damage markers in there, so that's all that can happen there. And ROE goes up by 1. Okay. Yep. Next turn. Oh no, and we flip the damage, the whole marker onto the X. So, yeah, next turn, orders. Oh, let's try ESP. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because we've got heavy damage on, well, now 2 tanks, we can call airstrike as well. That's true. Yes. Okay, we've got artillery firing on Tango 2. Great. And white. So that is a platoon fire, which is no use. Don't get anything back here. We put that there, and C goes there. No more orders. Yeah, don't want to push it at all. So move order. FA gets to move. QL1 gets to move. And nobody else is moving. Fire orders. He's stunned, so he can't fire. We got centre and right. Well, we don't need to fire. This is basically it. So yeah, no, won't bother firing. Remove the stun marker. And on to the enemy reaction. So tank status, still no. Wow, brilliant. They've been very, very lucky on this, to be honest. ATGMs, so priority is GB, of course. Only one go they have, so 10 minus 1, no hit. And then HMG the same on a 12. That's their last roll. That's it. Yeah, no, nothing there. So artillery, it's on Tango 2. So we have QL1 and BQ. We can stick in a and pull one of these out, but it's not going to be relevant to us. Put that in the chit cup. Oh, I moved it behind myself. There we go. And that's the artillery fire. Deadline -1 turn, so that one shifts down, but that's fine. Okay, so end phase victory assessment. So let's have a look at the victory conditions here. So is artillery on this silent? No, it's not. Oh, hang on. Oh, I have to. Oh, I have to shut up the artillery. Sorry, I didn't see that before. I have to get rid of all these markers. Oh, I didn't realise. Is that true? Yeah. Yeah, I have to silence the artillery. Oh, I forgot about that bit. So we have to really try and pulverise this. In which case, if we slightly wind that back, because I didn't fire these 2 guys, what I should do, oh yeah, this is it. Okay, so these 2 guys can fire on artillery. I didn't fire them, so if we fire 1 and fire 2, we end up with no artillery. So the artillery is actually silent. I think that kind of works. I think that works. So is the artillery silent? Yes, it is, because we're on that marker then. And then we can go through on the rest. Yeah, didn't shoot with Sriracha Overwatch before. Yes, exactly. So I can fire on these 2 artillery counters, which reduces us to no artillery, moves the ROE down rather than 1. I moved it. No, I didn't move it up. I didn't move it at all, did I? So it goes down by 1. So now, with the question here, artillery on this silent, no artillery is yes. So on yes, is turn less than T2 deadline. So T2 deadline is here, so yes. 2 or more tanks are in Tango 2. Yes. Are all tanks with heavy damage are back in Sriracha? No, they're not there. And the weapon tracks are empty? No. So no, do we want to declare victory? And we'll say yes, because this is getting quite a long video. So we get an operational victory, I think. Yeah. Yeah, silence the artillery, yes. So I think we have an operational victory, and that's my first victory of this game. Can't quite believe it. Usually you just get sort of volleys of stuff coming at tanks that get damaged and damaged and damaged and then die. Okay, cool. Probably still did a few bits wrong here, I think, but so on the operational victory, is the fire status marker on hold fire, or the fire status marker is greater than or equal to 18? No. So the fire status marker is less than the ROE marker. That's not correct. We would get a political victory. So we don't get a strategic or political victory. You just get an operational victory. Yeah. So that means, yeah, the UN is upset with us, but we don't care. We got an operational victory. Yep. Good. Yeah, that's right, Nicola. Yeah, you confirmed. As long as you get to the no artillery marker, then that's fine. Or I think if you knock this one, that turns into a no artillery if you get it all the way down. I think if there's no, yeah. Okay, so there we go. That's your Operation Bøllebank. We've got an operational victory. Don't quite know how we pulled it off. I think the main thing is we rolled really low on our tank fire. Cold barrel throughout the whole game is quite good. We didn't get a lot of black counters to start with, actually. They were very slow coming through. Yeah, well, I thought it was going to go bad once we got the immobilized tank here. I thought, this is going to be a long game or a very, very short game. But actually we ended up, 10-13, getting up to Tango 2. That extra move with QL1, I think, is a big deal. I haven't really appreciated that capability from QL1. If QL1 is one of the tanks that goes up to Tango 2, as long as you get it back, it gives you a real boost. Gives you a real boost. Good. Well, anyway. Yeah, UN is a little angry. And yeah, the Danish government is not happy that there's bits of tank somewhere in the valley over here, which is owned by the Danish government. Indeed, that's true. But at least we got there. Good stuff. Well, thanks everybody for popping in and having a look. Thanks to Nicola thanks for the game for starters, designing the game. Thanks to of course Snafu for producing the game. Thanks to all you guys for managing to watch along and tolerating it all. And thanks for the comments, ESP and Nicola, of course. Good stuff. Thanks for help. So I missed out a few things. So the thing, there is some complexity to the game. There are some nuances and stuff. You need to get those little bits and pieces sorted as well. So that's at least you can see that's needed. Anyway, but wonderful. we got that done. So we'll be doing some more playthroughs on the channel soon. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, although I don't tend to insist on everybody saying liking and subscribing and things like that. But as we've got quite a few new people, do subscribe. I do put out these playthroughs quite irregularly. Trying to make it more regular, honestly, but still, thanks very much for your attention. Thanks very much for being in the chat and having a look, and we'll see you next time on the channel. Until then, bye for now.